Hey guys, Augie Sanchez coming at you with another Outriders build guide, and today I'm going to show you guys my new updated New Horizon Technomancer build that just deletes CT50 and it slaps. You'll be deleting stuff all day long and easy CT15 clears. Anyway, let's get straight into the build, shall we? So for our weapon we're using Assault Rifle Tactical variant because it is the best damage variant you can get on assault rifles. And the rolls you want is crit damage and long range damage, with close range damage being your next best option out of your third roll. And then the mods we'll be using is ultimate freezing bullets, since we have a lot of mods that increase our damage against frozen enemies. And the Borealis set actually works now, so that also increases our damage even more on frozen enemies. And then Anomaly Enhancement is your best single target DPS secondary mod that you can get right now, because of a lot of stuff we have that I'll show you in the build later on, including mods and stuff in our class tree will give you anomaly, and then that will convert into firepower. So hands down, best single target DPS setup you can get now. Best AoE you have now is ultimate freezing bullets and bone shrapnel. If you're playing solo, this could work just fine for you. You don't need the extra damage from anomaly enhancement because you do so much damage anyway. But yeah, if you want the best single target damage, that is your options. And then this is your AoE option, bone shrapnel, freezing bullets. Alright, moving on to gear. We have the rolls you want on this is bonus firepower, long range damage, and cooldown reduction is the best you could get. But close range damage is not bad, and it's what I ended up getting on my helm. So moving straight into mods, we have Trick Up the Sleeve. Now this is how you keep your blighted rounds up all the time. You get bullets back when you kill something with blighted rounds active, and that's how you maintain your blighted rounds. Crit stack. When you crit enemies, you get anomaly power and firepower bonus stacking up to 5 times, and what happens there is because of an anomaly enhancement you're getting even more firepower because you're getting a stacking anomaly buff, so it's giving you more firepower at the same time. Just in mathematically it works out to be about a sharp eye in just under a sharp eye. So your crit stack is turned into another sharp eye, so you're just doing insane extra damage for free if you're using that mod. And anyway, let's move on to the next one. For our chest, we're using Robes of the Borealis Monarch with Icicle Storm that comes on it already, and Bloodlust for just pure firepower stacking up to 3 times again on killing enemies. And then for our pants, we're using the Borealis pants as well with Euthanizer, that's 25% more damage against toxic enemies, which is all the time. Freezing Boost for 15% damage on frozen enemies, which is all the time as well. Moving on to the hands, we're using the Borealis hands as well for the 3-piece. And we are using Shadow on there, which comes with it, and Captain Hunter reroll. That's just 25% more damage on frozen enemies and 25% more on elite enemies. And then moving on to our boots, we have Sharp Eye, which is just plain firepower, stacking up to 3 times. You have to be aiming down sights, but you should be doing that all the time anyway. And Radical Therapy, just another flat 15% increased damage. Now I have chosen not to use any defensive mods because I feel like this build just slaps anyway. Like your defense is your offense. Kill them before they kill you pretty much. So yeah, if you want to use an defensive mod, I would suggest Radical Therapy is your optional one there that you could take out. But honestly, stick with damage. You'll thank me later. Click heads and you'll be done. And anyway, let's move on to skills. So we're using Blighted Turret to give us a buff from our class tree. That lasts for 10 seconds and Blighted Turret is 6.5 seconds. So just check this out as often as you can, and then you should always have the buff up. Cold Snap we're using as like a oh shit button or a kill elites really fast button because of the Icicle Storm mod we have. If we cold snap something and like a whole group together, you kill one of those enemies in the group and it'll just chain reaction explode and kill all the enemies that are frozen together. Very strong. And then Blighted Rounds, the bread and butter of this build. It is a Blighted Rounds build. You need to keep this up all the time. That is just how you do your most damage. But it should be pretty easy with Trick Up the Sleeve to maintain your Blighted Rounds. Just make sure you're killing stuff. Alright, moving on to our class tree. Typical top tree Technomancer Pestilence build. Well, weapon damage build, but the Pestilence tree. So we're going up to weapon damage, weapon leech, armor piercing, crit damage, and then exposing toxin increases makes the enemies vulnerable when you affect them with toxic, which is all the time, and that's another 40% on the vulnerable. And we're using the decrease your distance considered to be long range by 3 meters. It just makes it so you can shoot enemies if they come closer to you, still maintain your long range buff. That's weapon damage, more long range to close range, toxin damage 10%, weapon damage, and this is Assault Master because this will be an assault rifle build, so it's just plain assault rifle damage increase. There's more assault rifle damage increase, armor piercing. You take more damage, but you deal more damage. You just take that because it's 20% increased damage. It's a lot. And then over here is long range weapon damage by 30%, also pretty huge. And then grand amplification. This is another reason why we take anomaly enhancement, because this increases your anomaly power by 4% for each unlocked BR8 impact amplifier class node. And we do have 3 of them in the tree, so that is 12% increased anomaly damage, which then converts to firepower because of anomaly enhancement on your weapon. So it's just more plain flat damage. Very good. Magazine size by 50%. Over there we have more toxic 15%. And then this is the buff that will be chucking our blighted turret for. Increased weapon damage by 40% for 10 seconds, and that counts for everybody in the group. So you just throw up that all the time and you will have your buff all the time. But yeah, that's pretty much the build, guys. Thank you so much for all the support on the Outriders videos, and I will be bringing you guys more soon. We just crossed the halfway mark to our goal. We're over 500 subs, guys. Can't thank you enough. Let's smash that sub button and get us to 1k subs by the end of the month. So new year we can enter with 1k subs, and just the sky is the limit after that. Thank you guys all so much for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video. Augie out.
Back at the Caravel. I know who you were, Nikolai.
Then you know why I must make amends. Don't use that name.
Why would you come back here?
The packs there were the first we sent to die. The fear and confusion on their faces. Is Monroy dead?
Very. Fucker still thought he was in the right up to the very end.
Failed men often rationalize the actions that led them to ruin.
wasting my people again?
Tank fighters!
The Outriders!
You're wasting my time and ammo. Leave!
Look, I got people to feed and shelter here. Just take the pod and fuck off. I got no more beef.
Gotta attract attention.
You just left them in there? After all we did here?
All you did. You just sent me to kill people looking for a goddamn home. You think you could bring the packs back by killing us all? You're no better than Monroy.
Do not compare me to that monster. I have seen the error of my ways.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying